What's up, everybody? I'm your boy Germ747, the musical director here at Flowtainment. We want to thank you for tuning in to tonight's show. Please be advised that the articles read tonight are not necessarily the views of Flowtainment. So grab you something to drink or eat, and don't be afraid to join in the conversation by clicking on the StreamYard link posted in the chat. Now, let's get this show started.
What y'all doing? All right, here I go. That was the internet. Like I told y'all, I will be back chilling. I'm drinking a margarita, not realizing it's Cinco de Mayo. You know what I'm saying? Ciao. I'm doing me some wine right now. Thank y'all for being patient. That was just a little snafu, technical difficulties. We all have them, these days. But how y'all doing? It is Cinco de Mayo. That's why I wore this. I was trying to figure. I was thinking it was because of the artist that we have, because his fashions sometimes I be here for it. So I was like, this is festive, not even, and that's the first thing I said to my coworkers this morning was Happy Cinco de Mayo. And he here already. Look at him. I see you in the back or whatever. You early and everything. I still ain't bringing you on until I finish my church announcement. I told you ain't have to come on until 8:50, but I don't know if you saw that part. But you can sit there if you want to. I see you. They can't see you, but I see you. But thank you for being here. See, I spoke a word artist got it on lock too. See, first I thought it was the hip hop artist, but it's a spoken word artist as well. Cheers, Queens. Drinking my mango margarita too. Look at that. Y'all are in good company. I done drank up all my tequila. I forgot, but I got me something over here. It's a little wine. I wanted to be mellow today with my wine. Do you understand? Anyway, yes, happy Cinco de Mayo, happy Thursday, May 5th. You know, for us people that are 0% Mexican, but are here for all of the festivities and food and joy and laughter and cheer. I'm surprised I ain't heard nothing going around in the neighborhood. I wonder what Aisha neighbors doing. But anyway, welcome to, I was about to say Flowtown. I was about to say Flowtown, and I noticed on my last live, I kept saying Flowtainment when I was supposed to be saying Flowtown. But anywho, in the meantime, in between time, welcome to Flowtainment Live. I'm your host, Kia Flow. Listen, y'all, this is the first Thursday in May. It is the last month of this season. And y'all, I'm just so thankful. Like when I was preparing for the show, I was going back to episode 1 and 2 and just where I am now compared to then, and they all still on my page. So if you just want to see the progress that I've made from January till now, you took everything. Anyway, I have a live studio audience, y'all, that watch faithfully. You already know. If you want to be a part of the live studio audience here at Flowtainment Live, email me at info@flowtainment.com. But listen, I am so proud of the work that I have put into this live, and I have so much fun doing it. So make sure if you're watching, you know what I'm saying, and you want to interact, put it in the comments and such like that. Make sure you're sharing this live with your folk, you know what I'm saying, and also give it a like, thumbs up. You know, I appreciate that. It all goes a long way. But so Cinco de Mayo, happy about my progress, getting it together. And you know, we're about to I'm gonna do my church announcements. I thought I had the slide up here, but it took it out when my internet went out. And let's see how we're gonna do this here. Am I up in here? Yeah, I like to do my advertisements, you know. You too can be here too on this screen if you email me and cash out me or whatever have you. I'm trying to take this part off so that you can see the full shebang. Oop, boop, yeah, there we go. And actually, you ain't even got to see me. You'll see me later. You'll see us later. Anyway, I said on my last show, I do a horrible job of promoting myself. A horrible job of promoting myself on my show. I might put more rhythm release commercial because that's the only commercial I got, but that's the extent of it. But y'all, check out my book. As the flow goes, I'm really pushing it, and I'm pushing it because number 2 is about to come out. Book number 2 is about to come out. So I'm pushing this one. If you ain't got it, you better go on ahead. And like I said, this is going to be the only book where I put my deep, heartfelt messages that for some reason I do. After that, you ain't getting no more. But for a hot $25, you can take me home with you or have me at your house or your back pocket or wherever. My dad loves to say he likes to read it in the bathroom. I say, thanks, Dad. Thanks. I'm glad you're reading. But as the flow goes, a compilation of my thoughts and poetry. $25. Go to kiaflow.com for your copy. Yes. We're going to promote and advertise everywhere up in this household. My husband, Jeremy Currents, he has his own clothing label, fashion label, clothing line, tailoring, whatever you want to call it. He can do it. And he does it very well and very professionally. And there's enough equipment up here to prove that, okay? But Currents Exchange, and Germ 747. He's all of those people. He do it all. He's a creative like me. And so if you want to know what it is that he got going on, check out Currents Exchange on Instagram. Follow him there. He likes to put all of his latest fashions. And he released an album late January called Letters in Purple. And it's on all major streaming platforms. Check it out. Some good music on there. Even one that I help produce a little bit. I got me some producer cred out up in here. You know what I'm saying? You better recognize. Oh, okay then. Kia Floto play. I'm on Spotify. I'm up on there. You type my name, you gonna find me. I done rapped a little bit, and now I done produced a little bit. I just be wanting to get my name all out there. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then Mode Noir Inc., where excellence is the only option. Listen, if you're trying to get your life right, if you need to be styled, and put together and told the truth all in the same time, follow Mode Noir Inc. She don't play the radio. She don't play no games. She gonna keep it real with you because we're from Duval. That's what we do. And she has a eye for fashion, and her ear actually be to the street because she done came out to Charlotte and started getting accepted, all kind of stuff, baby. One thing about us, we're gonna seek them opportunities. Okay, we don't wait on nobody. Yeah. All right. And with all these advertisements, if you too want to be displayed, you have a business, you have a product, you have whatever it is that you got that you want to advertise, I can do that for you. And not just on this show. I got 3 other ones. Remember this one, season 1 ends at the end of May. Season 2 starts up next year. But I ain't got time. I got a life. Okay. I got 4 shows. So some of them have to take a rest. And see, like, I've been able to do Flowtainment live, and I haven't had to worry about WKFLO rhythm release. But now I'm missing my rhythm release, so I can't wait. And it falls perfectly. I promise you, it wasn't planned. I just started making these decisions as I went along because it is my business. Oh, okay then. And so I naturally started WKFLO rhythm release in June. Found out, discovered shortly afterwards that it was actually African American Music Appreciation Month. Used that along with the fact that I was starting it to pay homage to the Quiet Storm. And that created something so wonderful that by the time season 2 came, I had a whole setup. And baby, when season 4, because season 3 is only going to be on Spotify, and season 3 is the whole month of June. Season 4 will be out September, I believe. August and September of this year. And that one will be on Spotify and YouTube. But anyway, like I said, I have perspective, I have behind the song, and I have WKFLO rhythm release. If you have any commercials that you would like to be aired on there, come on now, holler at your girl. info@flowtainment.com. That's my phone number down there if you want to talk to me about it. And yeah, we're gonna make it do what it do. What time it is? Oh, so that was perfect. That was perfect. We are about to get into our interview. We in the second, but I got a few other church announcements. See, the church announcements don't stop. So I got 2 commercials, and then after the commercial, we're going to see a spoken word piece by our artist this evening, Mr. Hausson Byrd, and it's titled Projection. And so after the commercials, you're going to see that poem, and then the next person you'll see is Mr. Hausson Byrd himself, okay? So I just want to give you the okay, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just here to put a groove in you. I have no control over what you go out in this world and do. But as long as the moves made benefit more than just you, don't be afraid to allow the music in your heart to supersede you. Now, when it's all said and done, the patient will have the last laugh, while greed and grief will knock the impatient off of their path. You see, money didn't come into circulation when it touched their hands. So what's destined for you and me can't be stopped. by no man. I'm your host, Kia Flo. This is WKFLO Rhythm Release.
I'm Pierre Javon, and welcome to Can We Take a Minute? On Can We Take a Minute, I'm going to keep you up to speed on all the new things coming up, give you my review on things, and you know I'm always going to shout out my fellow Black women that's out here killing it, as we always do. My platform is the perfect place to showcase me and showcase you. If you have a product, mixtape, or organization, anything that you want more eyes on, plus a good positive review with the Pierre Javon spin on it, we need to connect. I love creating content for Can We Take a Minute because it's powered by me and the things that I'm genuinely excited about. I get to be myself while advocating and empowering women who look like me. I mean, what more can I ask for? The best thing about Can We Take a Minute is that it only takes a minute. And that's my minute. Thanks for taking it with me.
There are 9 different definitions of projection. The 4th definition is the presentation or promotion of someone or something. A quote, "They are not just gangs of kids anymore. They are often the types of kids that are called super predators. No conscience, no empathy. We could talk about how they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heel." Former Secretary Hillary Clinton stood in front of a New Hampshire college and projected her voice across a stage, spoke life into a thought, and used her platform to infect a generation with her bias. The first definition of projection: an estimate or forecast of future trends based on a study of present ones. John DeUlio, a political scientist, coined the term super predator to mean a young juvenile criminal who is so impulsive, so remorseless, that he can maim, rape, or kill without giving it a second thought. In 1995, DeUlio was invited to a working White House dinner on juvenile crime. He sat in front of the Clintons. He served them lies. It fed their greed. They ate it up. An entree full of fake news, false flag appetizers, a side of pseudoscience, and prejudice for dessert. They washed it all down with coded language aimed to label Black children as dangerous based on their projections. The 6th definition: the unconscious transfer of one's own emotions or desires to another person. Psychologists define this as a defense mechanism in which the ego will protect itself from its own unconscious impulses by attributing them to other people. Like blaming kids for being in gangs as if you aren't the den mother of the biggest operation on the planet, like you ain't been trapping. All the fathers of every child you ever tried to make part of the problem, but offering no solutions. Only cops that kick in doors and deal death or life behind bars moving product. Leave kids outside alone to walk down the only path you've left them, then claim them remorseless. Say they gangsters all day, but never want to talk about how they ended up that way. The 5th definition: a mental image viewed as a reality. The reality: they don't have to say Black to mean it. Their code ain't been hard to crack. Since they declared war on drugs, but ain't say they bought the pack, then crack bombed our communities and cracked down on our backs. The worst thing to ever come into our neighborhoods was white. Packed up or blue-eyed or blue lights, killing our kids and cry wolf if we fight, and we vote for the bastards that sign laws into action, that pay for the cops while we pay for the caskets. Let's be real. Politicians are the real super predators. No conscience, no empathy. We can talk about how they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heel.
All right, all right, all right. Hey.
How you doing?
All right. You over there working?
Always, bro.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I see you got like this whole little setup over here.
I'm trying.
You. Nah. Look. Yesterday was May the 4th, right? So we're gonna shout out Yoda. Do or do not. There is no try, bro. You are doing the damn thing. To be specific.
You ain't saying no lies. I can't even argue with you on that one right there because I am. I say even in those times when I feel tired, I still keep walking for some reason. So got to. And I appreciate it. I'm glad to have you on here.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
So you ain't got no plans. You said that you could do May 5th. So you don't go out and participate in the festivities, no?
You mean honestly, so when we picked May 5th, I was not even thinking that it was Cinco de Mayo. It was like, oh, this free Thursday, bang, bang, boom, boom. And then it's like, now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, dang, it is kind of Cinco. But like, I don't really like OD go out. I ain't never been one to like, me, like, I be chilling. Like, I do, like, yeah, I be working. Like,
we do poetry stuff. We do poetry stuff. Like that's our going out.
You feel me? So
yeah.
If it ain't the vibe, if it ain't the crew, if it ain't
right.
an event,
right.
And me, like, I'll say this, like, I'm at a very interesting point in my adolescence, and like growing up and becoming, and I've given this everything since the moment I started. So it's like, this is the time where it's got to start bearing like fruit, like for real. And
Absolutely.
It's a difference between trying and doing. You feel me? It's like you can try, but eventually, not like you just got to make it happen. Like it's not going to nobody's going to feel sorry for you. Nobody's going to cry with you. You feel me? Like I'm at that point in my life of like, nah, like this shit got to happen. Period. So
absolutely.
That's what I'll be doing for real.
So when you say this gotta happen, what is this?
It's crazy because I was like answering that question yesterday. So my name is Hassan Bird. You feel me? I'm a poet. I'm a rapper. I guess I'm an entertainer. I'm a writer. I'm an author. You feel me? I'm a host. I've been getting into events and getting back into throwing events and creating experiences. I'm on the Bull City Poetry team. So I'm also an organizer, like Sight on the Slide. But I at the end of the day, I'm like an artist. Like it's crazy because and it's like, so I have like, like being a kid and growing up, like you tell people what you do, especially when I was in school, like I'd be an artist and everybody like, oh, like I'm being an artist, like that don't make no money. Like everybody got a crack, everybody got a slight, and it's like, I'd be like and I did this, like I do this shit alone. Like I don't do it alone, but it's like I never, I do it because I love it. I do it because it sustains me and my soul. And whenever anybody asked me what I was gonna do, like all I knew is what I wasn't gonna do. I wasn't gonna be in a box. I wasn't gonna be in a cubicle. I wasn't gonna be letting no white man piss me off. I wasn't. And from RIT, from RIT, and that's just the way I was raised. So it's like when I found artistry as a serious path, or even as a light path, or even as a path, honestly. But from the beginning, I always knew that it could take me to the end. So it's just like anything art, man. And it's like I write personally. I speak. I do spoken word. I'm trying to get into music. So I've been putting those things together, but also just like helping people find their art and pursue their art and making that a path for anybody who comes in contact with me. Because like I was watching some kids they had like an art show that I was invited to last week, and they was talking like everything is art. It's all art. Like we all need it. We all produce it. Even like down to like your tables and your chairs and your TVs and your computers are art. You feel me? At the end of the day, your clothes are art. You know,
Right.
food is an art. Like
Mhm.
it's all. So, you know, I think we can all, you know, in some form or fashion, figure out a way to live off of this. Like it's not, if we all tried to and we all found and we all created and we all created what we needed and we all found somebody who created what we needed. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm 23. I'm just trying to figure it out. Yeah, good.
Okay, 23. Tell me about A&T.
Oh yeah. I mean, I
And
graduated.
I'm telling you right now, I'm now using this as a point of getting to know Hassan. I've known you for quite a few years now. I believe it's through Slam, but you know, it could have been just poetry somewhere. But as I was looking up your information, I was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, I don't know if I knew you were from Raleigh and things of that nature. So yeah, tell me about A&T, tell me about Raleigh, and the most important thing, and that was actually what I was supposed to ask first, and that is, who is Hausson Byrd? So if you can encompass all of that, A&T, Raleigh, and Hassan, the floor is yours.
I gotta encompass my being into a sentence. So Raleigh is my hometown. That's where I grew up. That's where my family is, where my village is. I came up sort of like in like a social justice environment, so I always kind of had like a village around me. I went
I
to
heard
A
that on that interview you did, that radio interview. You said
and
that you grew up protesting. I did as well. So I thought that's why that was one of those. My grandmother was into activism, and so we did protests and such, and community cleaning, and all of that such. So
and so when I got to A&T, it was really a point in my life where I had control of my life. And so from that point, I went into artistry of something for like me to do. You know, like I grew up doing this thing in this environment. This is cool. This is what I came from. But it's like part of me was just like, okay, but who am I? And poetry gave me a chance to speak to that and build to that and grow to that. And so, you know, I met Josephus in the Poetry Project. I came down to Charlotte. You know, I met y'all.
so real quick, when you said on that interview that you got into poetry when you were a freshman, you were talking about in college.
In college, yeah,
Okay, okay.
I started poetry. So I run it all the way back. I had a freshman studies class, and we had to get a 2 event requirement to pass it. So I was like, I'm gonna go to the poetry slam because that's the only event that seemed interesting. And then if I performed, I got my 2 credits for going to one event on one thing. So I was like, bet. I went. I went into the poetry slam. It was 3 rounds. I only had 2 poems. I got knocked out in the first, probably. But I met the people who were putting together the slam, and from that point on, I did that. Like I didn't really know what it was. I ain't really seen it before, but being able to do art and bring energy to it and be in a competition. And so from that, I had to learn, you know, there's more to poetry than slam. I had to learn
Mm.
about slam. I had to learn about art. Then getting into, because like I always kind of knew that like live instruments and like music, all of these things, like art existed, but I had never thought that I could do it or like that was a thing that was for me or that I was going to allow myself. Like I wasn't a person to get up on stage. Like I didn't get up on that stage to be on stage. I got up on that stage to get through with this shit so I could go do something else. And then from that point on, it gave me a path outside of being who I had allowed myself to be up until that point. And so once that flip switched, switch flipped,
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Both
it was
of them.
for real. And, at this point, like I've been on 5 different poetry teams. You met me probably when I was on Gate City, but I think we got on the Bull City, and we used to, yeah, all of that. I've written a book. I made a poetry team while I was at A&T. I graduated in 2020. Since then, I've been doing different projects, and I contract out a lot. So I do performances, I do workshops, I host events more now than I did. Like I was doing a lot when I was in college and like sort of graduating, and then the pandemic hit when I was about to graduate. So then we switched to online. So this last couple of years, it's been interesting, but it's been good. Oh, that is my book. Yeah, I
Yeah.
in a day. I don't even promote that book crazy, low key. Like,
That's what you did. You not hear me when I said that? I said I do a horrible job of promoting my book, but you should.
yeah, I issue. I'm putting together, and I've been working on like my website and stuff, and like so I'll probably put it on there. You can follow me if you want to at
Yeah,
Progress.
well, I found your WordPress or something, and that's how I found it.
See, and that was for people.
Listen, I don't know if you ever Googled yourself or not, but you got some stuff up there now.
I know I'm starting. That's I gotta seriously start dedicating to like putting up content and sites and I'm going to use. So like,
yeah, you have a lot of videos of poetry that you've done.
Yeah.
I feel like far more than me, and it's from other people. It'd be hard for me to get other people to record me.
Right.
But so it's good. You got a lot of stuff up there, so it wasn't hard for me to get your information. And I don't know if you saw my one from last week, Ashley Connors, but I found her books. She was like, I don't even know if you could buy those first 2 anywhere. I said, yeah, I found them on Amazon. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My nipples ain't
it's gonna be cool. And then I'm trying to get into music, so like I'm trying to put together like a little EP or something. Like I don't know. I'm gonna be a rapper too, Kia. Is that okay? I'm following the pipeline. I feel like you can't write poetry and not have a flow and not be influenced to do it. That's what I'm saying. Like it's gotta happen. So I'm gonna get into that. And then I want to talk up here, and you should slide at this. I've got something that I've been helping put together. It's called the Black Creators Revival. It's gonna be May 20th through the 22nd. It's gonna be a Black artist camping trip.
What you said? What you said?
Camping trip concert festival.
You see that what's on the screen though, right?
Hey, yo, you're crazy with it.
Okay, I just need for y'all to know. I'm kind of good at this, Oprah.
I'm gonna fuck with you. I'm about to fuck with you heavy because that shit right there.
Oprah.
The back.
That's it. That's it. Now I ain't got no. I ain't got nothing else. But yeah, I was gonna ask you about it. So
yeah, you gotta slide. It's been me, T Walker, and Born, Soul Society, Debbie the artist, and April Parker and Elsewhere Museum. And we just putting together this crazy experience for people to come vibe, like we trying to like it's gonna be a little like we don't want you to bring your kids. Like don't bring your kids to this one.
Yeah, no.
Don't bring your kids to this one.
I'm not bringing my kids.
Don't bring your kids to this one, but do bring your vibes, do bring a good attitude, some camping equipment. You want to bring some food, we're gonna have some food. You can bring some little snacks or whatever, you feel me? But bring I don't see all of these lines is government. But bring bring some peace, some joy, some love.
Oh yeah. I'm here for all of that.
bring some clouds, you feel me? Bring some water, some of that
Yeah.
holy water,
Oh
you feel
yeah.
me?
Oh yeah.
Hydration. Like we gonna vibe, we gonna connect, you feel me? We gonna build, you feel me? Put like
So I
hmm?
okay, so I put this up here because this and your book, because I was going to ask you about them, and as we can already see, it happened how I needed to. But I think I saw you do maybe a commercial or something in your car, and I believe now that you explained this, I think that that's what you were talking about, and I was interested in it then, but I'm going ahead. I'm gonna keep it real with you right here on the line. For one, I appreciate you. This is what I wanted to say. I appreciate you for wanting to be on here, first of all. Not thinking that you're too great, too small, my platform is too small, or whatever, just wanting to be on here. But another thing, I was like, you're a younger generation than me. And so I still want to keep my ear to the street. I mean, I know I like old school, but I still want to keep my ear to the street. I could be auntie, you know what I'm saying? But so when I heard, when you were talking about it, I was like, man, I be getting in my head sometimes, like, man, I don't want to be the old woman, right?
Bruh.
So my husband be telling me to stop saying that or whatever, but I believe I act older than my age in certain regards. And so
Mm,
I don't know. I just never want to come across that way. But now I'm down to have a good vibe. I remember going to a camping trip once, actually, with my husband. It was like well, they actually had artists performing and things like that. I even performed, and we had to set up our tents and had the
yeah,
bonfire to stop somebody from burning up a couch, and all kind of stuff like that. But it was real good, peace, love, vibe, you know what I'm saying, for the most part. I think actually the whole trip was pretty cool. So that's what I'm here for. So I
yeah,
definitely want to be in touch with you more about that so that
definitely. Hit me up. There's a link in my bio that you can
the
fill out.
Google Docs, right? It's a
Yeah,
little docs form. I put all of this information in the YouTube video and the Facebook video, everyone. If you want to be a part of that, it's in North Carolina, I'm assuming. And
yeah. And it's near Oxford, which is above Durham. So
okay,
it's a little trip though for you.
for me,
For you, ain't you in
how
Charlotte?
long? But how long?
It's 3 days. So you
No,
good.
how long is the drive?
40 minutes above Durham.
Oh, I thought you were saying it's a little trip. Like it was gonna take me a long time to get there.
Nah, I mean I'm just teasing you because you from Charlotte.
Oh, I'm
In
from
my head.
Florida, but I live in Charlotte. You know what I'm
You live
saying?
in Charlotte. You
So,
from Florida. Facts.
so
Okay.
that means if I'm from Florida, I'm willing to drive anywhere, god dog.
True.
I drive anywhere. I done drove to New York from here, not from Florida. We did it when I was younger, but I drove to New York from here and, Philly and all of that junk. But
Facts.
that was the thing that I found. You just said it, and that was interesting. You said that you got started in slamming. You
I
got into
did.
poetry with slamming.
I did actually.
And so you're learning the whole other side of poetry.
It was. I mean, it wasn't like it was like a long drawn out thing. Like it was almost instant for real, for real. But it was like that was the first time that like I was ever exposed to art in a way that I wanted to interact with it. Like, and I mean, it honestly, it wasn't necessarily my first experience with poetry. Like, I had written a couple poems before, but like even like so like even like the last talent show that I had ever entered, which was like 2 years before that, like I ended up writing a poem for that. And then like I would write poems whenever it was like an option for like a school assignment or type shit. Like if I could write a poem, I was writing a poem easily, done. And then like for like my mother and shit. So it's like I had always kind of written poems on the sly, but it was never something that I took seriously or saw as a career path or saw as an option or saw as an outlet. Also didn't like writing at all when I was a kid or like as a teenager. So it was just like a weird set of circumstances that like broke a lot of self-contained walls or self-created walls, or I don't know. I don't really know at that point. But yeah, it was like it was being able to write, it was being able to compete, it was being good at it,
Okay.
and it was the people that I had watched slam also. Like, this is to get deeper into it. Um, like, so I started poetry with like the organization that was in the slam, that was hosting the slam. They were called the Poetry Project, which was like Josephus Thompson, and he ran it. And in that slam specifically, it was Micah who sacrificed, Trey, Jameh, maybe Cat, but I'm not really sure who's third. But I know Trey came in second, and Jameh won. And Jameh is really the person who inspired me to do it, for real, for real. Watching her slam, and even to this day, like, she's one of my best friends. Just in general, she's like the only person that I would consider, like, even like my age, like I really consider her like my big sister, like, for real, for real. And it, like, it won't even, like, it won't Josephus, it won't none of them. Like, it was like I came down, I was like, I want to write poems with you, and then she sent me to Josephus because, like, the way, everything works, like, I was just a kid who came up. But it's like the watching her spit, watching her perform the poem she did, that shit changed me forever, for real, for real. Can't
Mm,
even cap.
mm,
Micah too, and then Trey. Like, Trey's poems were good, but then, like, watching them slam, watching them compete, watching her win,
mm-hmm.
watching her earn it, like, and it's crazy, for real, because, like, even in the timeline and shit, like, that was one of the last slams that they really ever did together in that org, like that. You feel me? Like that. I didn't even know that in the history of, like, almost Greensboro poetry, like, I watched that era pass on to me, like, low key. Like, once I really started slamming, John May started singing, Micah started doing other things. Trey kind of did poetry, but, like, they slam kind of when people asked them to, kind of when I asked, like, but that's like a whole thing, on the whole outside thing. But it's just like it was a vibe. It was a moment. It was cool.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you have other talents besides performance?
Um, Besides performing and writing,
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm really good at video games. I like reading. Um, Hold up, damn. I probably do. I'm really good at cooking.
I was
That's
about to
probably
say, if you don't say cooking, I'm finna hang up.
nah.
You look
That's
like you know how to season something now.
nah.
You
Cooking
look
is
like you
probably.
don't use too much salt.
Like, if I really put my mind to it, honestly, if I put my mind to anything, I'm generally good at it. Like, I like
There you
throwing.
go.
Like, I like games. I like physical shit too.
Mm-hmm.
I like fighting a little bit, but I'm too short to be fighting niggas. Like, that's a lot. I don't want to do that. I'm I'm too good at thinking to fight.
You do got
Um,
that physique too. Like you could be a boxer.
yeah, like certain stuff. Um, I'm I like watching anime. I'm good at chilling.
When
I
your birthday, Hassan? Because we might be cousins.
Are we?
I don't know.
We might
What?
be. We
I
might
like
be.
video games too. I'm about to kill the game when I get on this Twitch. When I get on
That's
this Twitch, I done bought my graphics card, my capture card, excuse me. Um,
yeah,
I'm about to get on this Twitch. Cause I like different, like on my TikTok, I put my cooking, you know,
yeah,
like Instagram. I got 4 different Instagram pages, and they all show sides of me. And so I'm gonna get up on this Twitch thing, and that show my gaming side, I feel. But yeah.
I be thinking about getting back into video games, but it's like a time thing. Like I used to, or I
Because you
did.
have to, I have to, like, I'm in school. I'm a non-traditional student. In my 4th year at Johnson C. Smith, and I have to purposely say no. I cannot play games during this semester, and so I have played them because I will get into it, and that's how I got in trouble when I was in elementary school, because I would just go home and play my video games and not do my homework.
I can get busy on the sticks. I'm not gonna cap, but like that's the same thing. Like that's all I did as a kid. But it's like I had to grow out of it for real. So even now I'm not as good as I think I am. Like I feel like but then like my little cousins, my little god brothers, they be like, nah, bro, you're trash. like, hold up, I can get it. You just gotta let me warm up. Like I need to practice.
Right, it's the fingers. Like, don't play the same no more. Like, my husband, he still has the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo, and I was a beast on that Super Nintendo. I'm trying to tell y'all. And I went back and I played them games. I'm like, I can't do it the same. My finger, maybe it was because my fingers were smaller or something. It's something about the hand and the controller that don't feel the same. You can't hit the same combinations no more. I be losing all the time on Killer Instincts, and I used to be a beast at that thing. So yeah, it's the hands. I think it's the hands. They're gonna experience that too. Tell them live a little longer.
It's like, or give me a little time, because I'm not about to sit here and let you talk mess to me. Like,
right, that's all. Give me some time. I'm gonna whoop your behind like I made this game.
Exactly. Nah, I like cooking. I like playing video games. I like watching. I'm really probably like low key lazy though. But like I'm kind of good at whatever for the most part, as long as like I want to do it. Like if I want to do it, like I can do graphic design. I'm good at it, but only when I want to do it. Like I ride bikes. I'm good. Like I play sports, but it's like if I don't want to play. I like dodgeball, I like baseball, I like basketball, I like football, but I only like being quarterback. I'm not about to be running around with y'all. Like, like it's certain, like I'm a real picky, choosy type of person. For real. Like if in my place, but you know what I'm good at? You want to know what I'm really good at? Rolling.
Yo, I don't know if you saw my private chat. I said, I see you over there.
What?
So you do all the different techniques, because they got all different types.
Look, I've gotten to a point now where, and it's like this is going back. This is A&T for real. This is A&T, and just being an A&T, you gotta get to the point where you can use what's in front of you. Whatever is whatever is there, that's what's about to happen. It's about to happen one way or another. So you live along with that attitude. You start to figure it out. You're like, okay, okay. All right, that's a bet. I'll figure it out. Okay.
I'm not with you, man.
You take it second.
My says I'm an expert at chilling. LOL. I got on swole. Listen. If that is your expertise, people like me would benefit from you, because you be like, child, you doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And I be doing too much.
And I could be hype. I can. Like, we could get lit. We can, like, but honestly, I've never really been one for clubs. I ain't gonna cap to you. I ain't never really been one for clouds. I ain't never been one for sweat or hot rooms or a whole bunch of people. You feel me? Like, I'll do it, but do I want to? Nah, I like music though. I like music a lot more than I think I like, and I like going out to see and experience music. I like anything art these days. Like, I'm starting to get into is just doing it. Like, I used to draw, but I wasn't very good at it. So like after a while I quit or I just stopped because like
Yeah.
I'm a person now. It's just like I'll just doodle. Like that's one of the things where it's just like I'm gonna just do it just to be like I at this point like I'm so I think I'm so good at writing that that's all I do and all I build. So I be needing to branch out and find some other shit to do too because it's like I don't know what else am I good at other than what I do.
Well, you named a lot of stuff. So, sometimes you just got to sit back and think about, the things that you are good at. And so there's nothing wrong with that. Now,
Mm,
I really only have about maybe one more question to ask, but I still wanted to get around to the A&T. What's up with A&T?
What's up? What you mean? What's up with A&T?
Are
I
you,
graduated.
are you that's how about it. Are you still in school or did you graduate?
I graduated. I've been thinking about going back to like grad school, but A&T was lit. It was the best experience of my life in the long term. Like I really give like so I came from Raleigh and I love my hometown. I love my people, my family, like everything that I had before I got to college. But like I'm not the person and I wouldn't be who I am right now without A&T. Without freshman studies. I need to go remember her name, but whoever put that poetry slam on that little paper in
Mm,
front, it
mm,
changed my life. They don't
yeah.
even know. They don't even know it. Like A&T, the environment, and it was the perfect school to be able to learn. You feel me? It was the perfect school to be able to grow as an artist. Going outside of Greensboro, the positioning, being able to go to Charlotte and come back, being able to go to Raleigh and come back, being able to go to Winston and come back. All of that, like the only like, and it's tough because even like the way it happened, like I didn't get to graduate, like for real. Like I graduated, but because of the way the pandemic hit, like
Yeah.
it hit in March. You feel me? My graduation was
Yeah.
supposed to be, so
May.
I didn't get my senior like the I got my senior year, but like the last little bit, like fuck that. You feel me? So it's like I had to stop like instantly, like the next day for real.
Mm,
And from that point, it's just like the rest of my life started.
that was
And
deep there.
I mean, it is what it is. It happened, how it was supposed to. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it, bro. Cause like for
Mm.
me, it's over. Like I don't even really know the kids. It's been 2 years at this point. Like I had to figure out graduating and the way that happened. I think I had like one class left over or some shit. So I graduated in December. I had to do the last of that like online though. Like I didn't get to go. And then it was it was a pandemic for like the first half of that, and then coming out of that, it's being adult. Like there is no college no more. So and then I had to move back to Raleigh, so I ain't even been in Greensboro. Like I go back to Greensboro to perform a lot, but I don't go to school there. It's just like completely it's strange. I need to get back like in there. Like we've been trying to restart the poetry club, but even that, like I'm not
But we
about to run.
ain't trying no more.
No, and honestly, it's crazy because Shawty hit me and was like, "Yo, we've been working to get the poetry club started. We're gonna hit you back. We're trying to aim for the fall." Because I told him like I can't do this. Like I'm not a student no more. Like I made this club. I put this together to be able to pass on to y'all. If I keep doing it,
Right.
then it
Right.
it it defeats the purpose. It costs me energy.
Right.
It costs me time. I can't advance past it
This
because
pandemic done made people lazy. People don't want
hmm,
to do. I said this pandemic made people lazy.
that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, yo, like y'all gotta if y'all want this, like we was there, y'all saw it. You feel me? It ain't too much more than that. Like you was there. Like I tried to tell y'all then. I told y'all now. Y'all gotta. I already put this back together. I'll be there. I'll support. I'll help. Like y'all ain't even got to do the poetry stuff. Y'all just got to put the club together. I can bring you the poetry. I can.
Mhm.
Don't worry about that. That's easy for me. But the club, y'all got to do that. They was like, okay, bet, and
Yeah.
they put it together. So it's like we getting back into Greensboro. It's getting lit. It's A&T gonna get lit. It's gonna. I heard it's a little dead, but I also like they've been doing their own thing for real, for real. I don't
Well,
know.
one of my memories of you is when I believe it was San Antonio. Did you go to San Antonio?
Was that BNV 2019?
No, this was Southern Fried 2018.
I don't think that was in San Antonio. I feel like my Southern Fried was it?
You
I feel
sure?
like Southern Fried was Fayetteville.
Okay, maybe that's what it was then. Maybe it was Fayetteville. My fault, my
Yeah.
bad. But either way, you was pretty twisted, right?
We don't gotta,
And
we don't,
the that's not the part we all was, but the hugs. You went and hugged us, and you would not let us go, and we all be like, "Damn, he got some good ass hugs." He ain't let me go, and like it was so. Oh, I need this right now. I would never forget that because I was like, he legit wants to like hug us, and I'm still in my head with that whole older type of thing. Like he wanted
yeah.
me, hug us or whatever. Because it was a few other people like Lovely or probably some other people that you just were hugging on to, and then you was like, "I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you." And listen, that's where it happened. I was telling Ashley about my experience at Women of the World and how I didn't expect to cry from a poem I heard, and I say being drunk don't make it no better. And baby, I feel like, but that's my memory of you that one of my good memories. I got so many, but that's the one that will not leave is these hugs that he gave. And because when you in those moments, you doing what you want to do. I believe, and so you doing what you want to do. But
that was a moment.
I did want to ask, and this is my last question.
Like,
Um, we've talked about art, and you said how much you love art. I'm glad that you do, because Flowtainment focuses on all things art and entertainment. So we're happy to have you here. Don't be a stranger. Make sure you subscribe, and if ever you want to be down with what it is we got going on, if ever you in Charlotte and I can get you on camera doing a poem or something, and it come from Flowtainment, I would love that too.
I got you.
So, with art, do you feel as though it requires you to put your blood, sweat, and tears into it, or is art just art?
I believe that art is just art. And in the same token, whatever you want it to do and whatever you want to get from it is up to you. And whatever it needs to be for you is between you and art and God and your actions. And be careful, because whatever you put out, you're going to get back. So, like, you can put blood, sweat, and tears into it. You'll get that back. You put love, you get love. You put hate, you get hate. You trust it. It'll trust you. You break it, it'll break you. Art is life. Like, that's another thing. Like, it's a reflection of you. Like, I've been in a mode of like having to work smarter, not harder. Just in general, like your income is your outcomes. Outcomes are your thoughts or your actions. It's internal, reflected. So it's like, if you're not getting the results you want, you gotta look inside, figure it out. Art is a way to do that. Art is a way to express. Art is a way to teach. Art is a way to build. Art is a way to release or to cope. Um, you know, People use art for everything that they can. Art is just entertainment. Art is just art. People use art for nothing. It's thought. It's transferred idea and energy. At the end of the day, and however or whatever some people make art into tools, use it as a tool, or use it to build, or build with it, or build on it, or build from it. Art builds on itself. That you know, I don't know. I'm I'm gonna stop.
You said art is art. That you said it already. Art is art.
Yeah.
And so no, there's no right or wrong answer. I want to ask everyone that, and I'm hoping I can create some sort of a mashup of the artists that I've interviewed in you all's answers. But listen, you have been so great. You had the folk attention, the millions of subscribers that I have and viewers. You're coming. You have to speak these things, okay? Yeah. So you definitely kept our attention. We appreciate you so much. Is there anything that you would want to leave to the viewers? Anything.
It's late, so get some sleep, and when you wake up, follow your dreams.
I like that.
Honestly, and I'm keeping that health up.
I
late.
like. Oh. Yeah, that's something like you might need to tell people every night on social media. You know what I'm saying? You know, your good night to us. But I appreciate you so much for being here, y'all. This is Hausson Byrd. I have all this information in the description box, but make sure you tell them where they can find you.
You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at progress.ink. That's progress.ink. You know, me and the goons, we got some stuff we've been cooking up. I've been cooking up, Kia. I've been cooking up.
I'm here for it. And can't wait.
I need, in fact, let me go cook up some more. Gotta get it.
Hey, okay. For the inspiration. Thank you so much for being on here. I hope you enjoy your night and follow your dreams too, man.
Always. That's the only thing. You gotta do it and make it a reality. That's it.
All right. No doubt. But thank you so much, and you enjoy your night, okay?
I will. You enjoy. Everybody get home safe. Cinco de Mayo out. You know, don't drink too much tequila, but drink me because I'm not having none.
Yeah.
So go for tequila and drink a little bit. Home safe. In that order.
That part. You have a good night. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Peace. Y'all, that was Hassan from Raleigh, North Carolina, spitting that knowledge, making sure y'all go out there and live y'all dreams. You know, art is art. And he is a living testament that if you put your mind to it, you can do it. He started in college, got a book out, putting groups together. They don't even want him to stop putting them together, so they won't do it. This boy done graduated, didn't get the graduation he deserved. Out here trying to make it work as a poet, going on to be a rapper. Doing the thing, because guess what? We ain't trying. He said, we ain't trying. We are doing. Okay, thank you for that word. Y'all, we still got a little bit more show left. You know, the poets, they the ones that give you the conversation. See, the hip-hop artists, they give you the music that you can vibe to, but the poets, they give you the conversation and things that you can reflect on. So just go over a little bit, and that's all right, because this is my show. I ain't live syndicated on nobody else. But your girl do still got a life. But in the meantime, How y'all doing? Welcome back to the last Flowtainment Live. We just finished interviewing Hausson Byrd. Such an amazing interview. He left so many jewels that I actually am just walking away and recanting. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate him so much. Wish I could have got him National Portrait Month, but it's all good. We ain't partying. Y'all see Dave Chappelle on my screen? Look what Will Smith done did. Look what Will Smith done did. Let me see. I do it this way. That's funny. I got to point this way. Y'all see what I did? Why they got my boy? Dave Chappelle tackled during comedy show. Police arrest man. See, now I'm covering this one because it just happened yesterday. By the time where Will Smith had happened, everybody had done ran the store down in the mud, which they pretty much doing here. And I ain't got too much to say about it, but comedian Dave Chappelle was tackled during a performance at Hollywood Bowl. What is going on with these folk out here? This was on Tuesday night, actually, because it's Thursday, so it was 2 nights ago. My bad. A man was later arrested. Security guards chased and overpowered the attacker, and Chappelle was able to continue his performance while the man was taken away in an ambulance. The assailant was carrying a replica handgun with a large blade that folded out of it to a pocket knife, according to a photo released. He was able to get up in there with all of that. What we need security for? My chest look good, y'all. I'm sorry. This ain't got nothing to do with the article, but I was going through my photos on my Facebook, and I was looking at some throwback photos from some 12 years ago now. And I was a lot heavier maybe. And my chest was so horrible with acne. And probably, I dealt with acne in my face for a long time. And always just thought that it was just me. And then it started going to my chest. And I had never had that issue on my chest, at least. And child, fast forward, once I started, changing my lifestyle and cleaning products and things of that nature. Child, every once in a while, and see, I know when they come, and that's how I know they come from not eating right. Because soon as I have too much Kool-Aid or too much soda or too much fried something, I get one that pop up. I have to do my due diligence because I exfoliated. And but I'm talking about it because I can see it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Isaiah Lee, who was 23, was detained and arrested for assault with a deadly weapon, said Officer Alba Mendez, a Los Angeles Police Department spokesman. Lee was treated by medical staff for an unspecified injury. Unspecified. Boy, did y'all see that man's face in the meme of Martin face next to it? I wouldn't put all of that up on here, but that was funny. Listen, y'all, I ain't about to read no more about it because we done ran through the mud. We done seen the memes and everything. It's entertainment news, and it was a great follow-up after, deep talk that us poets be having. But what I thought was funny was Chris Rock. Chris Rock coming. It said, was that Will Smith? That was hilarious. And the fact that, they said he was nowhere, like, he heard what was going on, and once he found out what happened, he ran on stage and said that. I hollered. That was so hilarious to me. Oh, next, I think we had the Met Gala, and I'm gonna get up off of the screen for this one. I just pulled a few photos because, first of all, I really don't know these people like that. Shamefully. But also, I just wanted to look at the fashions. Shout out to Funky Dineva. The fashions, I just wanted to look at the fashions. And I'm going to go ahead and say because it was taking so much to put these slides together, and I was also, doing other stuff. I was like, okay, we just finna get a few of these black people, maybe a white person or two, and go from there. I think this is Anderson Pop up here. I think that's him looking like Ike Turner. I just wasn't sure. At first it looked like Chris Brown, and then I went back and said, that's probably Anderson Pop. But then that's Alicia Keys up there, and then we got Tiana Taylor, and I do not know this young lady here. That's why I didn't even want to go through the names, because I don't know everybody. Only person I know is Nicki Minaj. I probably know the other people, but I don't really know people's names like that. I'm great with faces, horrible with names. Janelle Monáe, and baby, she had her underarms with hair under there. I said, yes, thank you. Thank you. And Cardi B, even though I be shaving sometimes, I ain't shaving tonight though, so that's why my arms been down a little bit. But if you saw it, you saw it. But Cardi B's dress was everything. And I cannot remember her name right here with the pink dress, but she's been in a lot of stuff. And so that was the fashions at the Met Gala, I just found out about the Met Gala myself some years ago. But this man right here, y'all, this is another person that I didn't know about, but what's his name? Kid Creole. That man going to jail. 16 years for manslaughter. Kid Creole, a member of foundational hip-hop group Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, has been sentenced to 16 years in prison for manslaughter after stabbing a homeless man in New York City. The rapper, real name Nathaniel Glover, who was 62, was convicted of the crime last month. Prosecutors said that Glover killed John Jolly, 55, with a steak knife after the two engaged in conversation. Glover's defense was that he felt intimidated by Jolly, who it is alleged asked Glover what's up in a threatening manner. Now, what the ham sandwich is going on here? You telling me that a foundational member of the blueprint to a lot of companies' success hip-hop group, 62, stabbed somebody because they said what's up in a threatening manner? Glover's lawyers had said that Jolly's homelessness was a factor in Glover feeling threatened, but Judge Michael S. Rodney said the killing was not somehow justified because the person is homeless. A life is a life is a life. Glover thought he was going to be exonerated of the crime and complained that he had been portrayed as someone who has no remorse or humanity. The one-time rapper had been on the way to his job at a copy shop when he attacked Jolly. Glover's music career had long been dormant by the time of the killing, but he made a significant contribution to early hip-hop history as a member of the Furious Five. As Kid Creole, not to be confused with the funk pop star Kid Creole, Lord, he formed the group The Three MCs with his brother Melvin Glover, aka Melly Mel, and Keith Cowboy, with Grandmaster Flash on production. 2 more MCs, Scorpio and Raheem, joined, and the group was renamed Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. Yo, this comes from The Guardian. Okay, y'all, what this world coming to? I'm sorry that man lost his life, because a life is a life is a life. And you know, that's just real unfortunate. It's real unfortunate that, you know, that's what happened. Oh yeah, this right here, this is how he this is him back in the day. So that was him back in the day, but you know, as we can see, he looks a lot different this day and age. But I'm sorry that is going on. I really am. But that is your arts and entertainment news. And y'all know we about to get this show to a closing, and I feel like I'm ending it right on time. I feel like I'm ending it right on time, but I still will. What that song say? One day I'm not gonna laugh afterwards. I promise you, I'm gonna stop laughing. One day I'm not gonna laugh when I say, what does all say? I don't think I got anybody in the comment section. Y'all could fool me though. What she said? What did she say? What she said, y'all? I need y'all to tell me in the comments. I ain't gonna wait because I don't think nobody else is. I've been wanting to know that for about as long as I done been alive. Maybe we're gonna say 31 years. I've been wanting to know what she say on that part. I'm gonna play it just one more time. Because I there need to be a thumbnail. I don't know if the thumbnail catch you when you pause, but that need to be a thumbnail right there. I need to know what that song say right there. I'll be able to tell you. Y'all let me know in the comments what it say. What that song say. There is no winner, you know, on it. You know, you just gotta let me know what that song say. But that has been my show for Flowtainment Live. This is episode 16. We ain't got that many more to go, but I still got more interviews to bring to you. Listen, you know, y'all know what y'all can do. Y'all know what y'all can do for me. Y'all can follow Flowtainment on Instagram, and you know, there you'll know when we got some new things coming, new episodes, you know. And then while you're there, make sure you follow WKFLO Rhythm Release, because season 3 starts June 1st. And I cut that part off. Because I thought. And then if you want to follow the whole skill flow, you can. I'm here. You know, I'm here. And you know, you can check out my website. I got a little more info on there along with my book as the flow goes. And just more about me. That's it right here. And you know, that's about it. So what we are going to do is I'm gonna play this again. I said I was supposed to play it at the end, and I should have, but I'm actually gonna play another poem by Hausson titled Dogs. That's going to close us out. But I had put this together, and I accidentally stopped it too soon. I'm just here to put a groove in you. I have no control over what you go out in this world and do. But as long as the moves made benefit more than just you, don't be afraid to allow the music in your heart to supersede you. Now, when it's all said and done, the patient will have the last laugh, while greed and grief will knock the impatient off of their path. You see, money didn't come into circulation when it touched their hands. So what's destined for you and me can't be stopped by no man. I'm your host, Kia Flo. This is WKFLO Rhythm Release. That was it. That's all I wanted to show. But that was the end of this episode of Flowtainment Live. Y'all been a beautiful audience. Thank you to everybody that came through in the comments and showed out and showed love. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Share it. You know what I'm saying? Tell somebody to subscribe. Tell your auntie to subscribe. Grab somebody's phone and just hit subscribe to Flowtainment. You know, we're trying to get descriptions up. You know, and people don't know what's out there if y'all don't tell them. Help your girl out. You know what I'm saying? But we're about to close this out with Hausson Byrd, who was our interviewee, our artist for this evening, and his poem, Dogs. Now, this is young Hausson, because y'all, if y'all saw him tonight, y'all saw how long his locks is, but look at this one right here. But y'all have been a beautiful audience, and I will see you all next week. Peace.
So when my father told my grandmother that he was having a child, she told him to get a puppy. Something about unwavering loyalty and man's need to be above everything, or domesticating a predator to combat loneliness. And as I grew up, I watched him train them, how he fed them lessons, domination manifested, taught new dogs old tricks, simple shit like pissing where you're supposed to, or not biting the hand that feeds you. And when they listened, he rewarded them. He rewarded them often. He disciplined them often. He had high expectations and tons of patience. He would repeat the lesson until it was learned. He used to tell me, you can't assume the dog understands. You have to allow it time to absorb your training. You have to remember that the dog doesn't know until you teach it. Ironically, at my mother's house, they just got a puppy. Her name is Fannie Lou Hamer. She's an English Bull Mastiff, which means although she's only 9 months old, she already comes up to my thigh. Whenever I go home, she sees me and gets extremely excited. However, she doesn't have a tail to wag to show that she's happy, so instead, she just starts pissing. No matter where she's standing, no matter what she's doing, it's absolutely disgusting. Despite this, my little brother loves Fanny to death. Something about unwavering loyalty, or a boy's need to be above something, or befriending a predator to combat loneliness. On the flip side, though, I hate cleaning after her mess. In fact, I can remember the last time she pissed on the floor. I yelled at her so loud, she pissed again, and then never pissed again. But she doesn't get as excited to see me either. Now, I can only assume she understands, but I forgot that the dog doesn't know until you teach it. At this point, I think I'm terrible at raising puppies. My ex thinks I'm terrible at raising puppies too. We both have different reasons. I think I lack the patience. She thinks I lack the maturity. My ex once called me a puppy. Said she spent half the relationship loving me and half the relationship raising me. And I'm thinking that maybe she's right on all counts. I've had to grow up a little bit. Growing up means forming habits, learning lessons. Adulthood is learning how to raise your inner child by yourself. And some of us show our childhood scars publicly. Let everybody see our home training or lack of home training. See, dogs are better behaved than most niggas out here. Far better behaved than I am these days. I've had to retrain myself, teach new dogs old tricks, simple shit like not biting the hand that feeds you, or not yelling at the ones that love to see you. I reward myself often.
I discipline myself often. I have high expectations and tons of patience, but even then, the dog in me is arguably always in control, and it's not even that I'm weak. My dog gets bigger every week. I've got him on a leash, but he still pulls me down the street. Every time a fine cat comes my way, he's like, bow, wow, wow, yippee, yo, yippee, yay. Yes, I definitely have some canine tendencies. My loyalty is pretty unwavering. Until you throw me a bone, the dog in me really loves to bone. Something about domination manifested, or a boy's need to be above something, or becoming a predator to combat loneliness. Now, life is allowing me time to absorb these lessons, but I need to learn them a little faster before I end up with the litter, because if I call my father and tell him I'm about to have a child, he gonna tell me to get a puppy.